Leg out.
The kings had their queens on the throne. We will pop champagne and raise a toast. I'm a Barbie girl in my Barbie world. No Barbie girl, I'm living in my own world. I am plastic, call me classic. La 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 la.
DJ Precise.
It goes around the world just la 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 la. It's all around the world. Now and then I think about me now and who I could have been. And then I
The night stretches on as the three of them sit sprawled across the living room of Jungkook's apartment. Beer bottles litter the table, and the room hums with the low sound of music playing in the background. Jimin, Jungkook, and Taeyang are still riding the high of the impromptu sleepover. The alcohol has them loose, laughing at the most trivial things, but underneath the surface, something feels off, especially with Jimin. Jungkook, sitting on the couch beside Jimin, cracks open another beer and leans back, turning to look at his friend. Okay, he starts, his voice cutting through the noise. Tell us what's really going on between you two. Jimin takes a swig of his drink, his eyes staring off into the distance as if he didn't hear Jungkook. What do you mean? Jimin shrugs. Nothing wrong. I'm just having fun with my boys. Isn't that cool? It's been a long since we did this. Jungkook, glancing at Taeyang, who is sitting on the floor, leaning against the coffee table, stretch out. Taeyang sighs, rolling his eyes slightly. He's been quieter than usual tonight, observing Jimin with a sense of unease. Having a sleepover is fine for us, Taeyang says, his tone calm but pointed. We don't have wives, Jimin, but you do. Jimin's shoulder tense at Taeyang's words, but he keeps his expression neutral. He takes another sip of his beer, brushing off the comment. What's your point? Taeyang raises an eyebrow, looking at him as if it's the most obvious thing in the world. My point is, you should be at home right now. You have a beautiful wife waiting for you. This kind of thing, hanging out with us like we are still 20, it's different for you. You're not single anymore. Jimin laughs, though there is no real humor in it. Come on, Tae, don't make it sound so serious. I'm just having fun. We used to do this all the time. Jungkook, yeah, back when we were all bachelors, Jungkook chimes in. But things have changed. You've got the responsibilities. Now you've got Wine, Muna, and the kids. Jimin's face hardens for a moment. He leans forward, setting the beer bottle on the table with a loud clink. I know I've got responsibilities, okay? I don't need you guys to remind me. Just because I'm married doesn't mean I can't have a night out with my friends. Taeyong shifts in his seat, his eyes narrowing slightly. No one's saying you can't have fun, but you are here sleeping over at Jungkook's place when you should be home with her. Do you think Wine's okay with this? That she's just sitting at home happy you didn't come back after the party? Jimin doesn't answer right away. He runs a hand through his hair, frustration starting now. It's not like that, he mutters. Then what it is like? Jungkook presses, leaning closer. You have been off lately, Jimin. Don't act like we have noticed. Something's wrong, and we are your friends. We care about you. Just tell us what's going on. Jimin's jaw tightened, his fingers tapping anxiously on his knee. For a few seconds, the room is silent except for the soft hum of music in the background. Finally, Jimin speaks, but his voice is strained. I don't know, okay, things at home, they're just different. Taeyang tilts his head, his gaze softening. Different how? Jimin leans forward, resting his elbows on his knees as he rubs his temples, his voice coming out more frustrated now. I am not here because I want to party or avoid her. I am here because I am still angry and I don't want to yell at Wine. She had enough of that day already. Jungkook and Taeyang exchange glances, listening closely as Jimin continues, attention in his voice unmistakable. This whole thing, it's because of this morning. I am frustrated. We have worked so hard to keep the kids' privacy intact, and all of that just gone because Wine wasn't paying attention. Ira's face got revealed, and now I don't know how to handle it. He exhales heavily, his eyes staring at the floor, conflicted emotions swirling in his mind. It all happened because Wine was distracted, and I get it, she's dealing with a lot, but it's too much. I am worried about their safety, how this could affect the kids, and Jimin stopped himself, his jaw tightening. I needed to get away, but not because I am avoiding her. I didn't want to say something I would regret. And I have already been too harsh this morning. Taeyang watches him carefully, his voice calmer now. So you're angry but you don't want to hurt her more? Jimin nods throat swelling hard. Yeah, I'm still so mad, but I don't want to go home and explode again. She was already so upset after I yelled at her this morning. Jungkook leans back, running a hand through his hair. I get it, but staying out isn't going to fix that. Nuna probably sitting at home, worrying about where you are and why you didn't come back. Jimin face twist with guilt, but he doesn't say anything. He knows they are right, but the tension in him is still bubbling under the surface. The young leans forward. You know what you have to do, Jimmy. Go home, talk to her. Don't leave things hanging like this. She's probably beating herself up to it about it too. Jimin clenches his fist, the weight of the situation pressing down on him. I know I will, but right now I just need time to calm down. I don't want to walk in there and start another fight. Jungkook looks at him, his voice soft but serious. Just don't wait too long, Hyun. If you keep this up, the gap between you two will only get bigger. Jimin sighs, dripping his face with his hands. Yeah, I know, I just need a break. On other side, you walk quietly down the hall, your heart heavy with the weight of everything that's happened today. Reaching your in-laws' room, you pause for a moment, gathering your thoughts before knocking gently on the door. Mom, are you awake? You ask softly, your voice barely above a whisper. Yes, I am awake. Come in, dear. Your mother-in-law gentle voice answers from inside. She steps out of the hallway, her face lined with concern as she takes in your expression. Without a word, she leads you to the small couch near the window where you both sit down. She watches you carefully, noticing the tension in your shoulders and the unshed tears in your eyes. Sensing your distress, she places a comforting hand on yours. Don't take Jimin's words so hard, dear. You know how he is. He gets angry quickly, but he calms down just as fast. He just needs a little space. You sigh, feeling the lump form in your throat. Mom, it's not about Jimin needing space. I need space too. I have been thinking about this for a while and I have come to a decision. I want to go to India for a few months. I need some little time away from everything. Her eyes widen in surprise, though she quickly masks it, trying to remain calm. India? You want to go to India? You nod, your voice steady but quieter. Yes, I need some space too. I feel like over the years I've been so focused on being a wife and a mother that I have lost the sight of myself. I have given everything to this family, to Jimin and the kids, and somewhere along the way I forgot who I am. I need this time away to find myself again. Your mother in law is silent for a moment, processing your words. She had not realized how deeply you were struggling. I understand, dear. I had no idea it had gotten this overwhelming for you. You've always seemed so strong, managing everything so well, but if this is what you feel you need, I respect your decision. Sometimes a break, a change can help clear your mind. Her expression softens as she reaches for your hands, holding them in hers. You have been such a dedicated wife and a loving mother. I have seen you sacrifice so much for this family. If you feel this what you need, then go. But what about the children? Do you plan to go alone? I can help with them while you are away. You shake your head. No, mom, I don't want the kids to suffer because of our issues. I am planning to take the twins with me. They are still young and need me. But I think it's best to leave Ira here with Jimin. She's older, and honestly, with everything that's happened, it's safer for her to stay. Jimin was right earlier. Her face was revealed, and the security is more manageable with him. Your mother in law takes a moment to consider your words, clearly understanding your reasoning, though their concern in his eyes. It's a big decision, but if you think this is the right move, I support you. You can take the twins with you, and I'll help with Ira. But she poses, her voice gentle but firm. I really think you should wait until Jimin comes home and talk to him about it. Leaving without discussing it with him will only make things worse. You need to have this conversation with him first, otherwise, things might escalate. You take a deep breath knowing she's right. I know, mom, I just don't know how to start the conversation. He's so angry right now. She gives you a sympathetic look and pats your hand gently. He listen, dear. Jimin loves you, and even when he's upset, you just need to give him a chance to calm down and talk things through. Once you have both spoken, if you still feel like you need to go, then go, but don't leave without talking to him first. You nod, feeling a mixture of emotions, relief, fear, and a flicker of hope. I will, mom. I will talk to him. It's early in the morning, you are sitting on the couch downstairs waiting. You have been up for hours, restless, your mind running through the conversation you're about to have with Jimin. The flight is in 2 hours, and this was supposed to be your last chance to speak with him before leaving. You heard the front door crack open, and there he is, Jimin, finally home. But as he steps inside, you immediately noticed his disheveled appearance, the smell of alcohol lingering on his clothes. He's hungover, exhausted, and clearly in no state for a conversation. Still, you stand up ready to speak. Jimin, you start, your voice calm but firm. I need to talk to you. He doesn't even look at you, not now, he mutters coldly, rubbing his temples. I have a headache, I need to rest. On any other day, you had gone to the kitchen, made him some juice for a remedy for his hangover, but not today. Today, you don't have the energy to cater to him, not when your flight is so soon, not when everything is weighing heavily so hard on your heart. You stand your ground, your voice cutting through the silence. I have a flight in 2 hours. Jimin stops in his tracks, his body tensing. Slowly, he turns around, disbelief in his eyes. What? I am leaving, you say, your voice trembling slightly but steady. I am going to India for a while. His face hardens. What the hell are you talking about? His tone is sharp, filled with frustration. I need space, Jimin. You reply, struggling to keep your voice even. I need some time away from all of this. Jimin eyes narrow as he takes a step closer. So you're just leaving, going to leave, walk out on everything, on me, on kids. Your breath catches in your throat, but you stand firm. I am not walking out on anyone. I am taking the twins with me, and Ira will be stay with you. She's safer here. Safer? Jimin scoffs. So this is my fault now? You shake your head, frustrated that he's not understanding. It's not about that. It's everything, Jimin. The way we have been lately, the way you have been. You barely talk to me too anymore. You're always angry, always distant, and I can't keep pretending like everything is fine. Jimin's voice rises, his anger spilling over. So your solution is to run away, to leave me here with our daughter, and what? You just get a break, and I have to deal with everything. Don't make this about you. You snap, your patience finally cracking. I have been dealing with everything for years, Jimin. I have given up my job, my time, my country for this family, and now you are blaming me because I want a few months to breathe. You are the one who left last night. You didn't even come home after the party. I've been waiting, Jimin, waiting for you to care. I do care. Jimin lails, his face flushed with frustration. But I am stressed, okay? I am worried about Ira, about the kids, about everything. I needed a break last night, so I went out with the guys. What is wrong? You stare at him, your chest tight with anger and hurt. What's wrong with that? You bottle it up and then flash out at me. You push me away, Jimin. Jimin hands fall into fist at his sides. Maybe I wouldn't have to if you actually listen to me, Ryan. You don't understand the pressure I am under. Your voice breaks, but you refuse to back down. I understand more than you think. I have been by your side through everything. But I am drowning too, Jimin, and you don't see it. Jimin glares at you, his chest heaving with anger. So what? This is your solution? You leave me and take the twins with you? You think that's going to fix everything? Tears prick at your eyes, but you blink them away, refusing to let them fall. I am not trying to fix anything. I am trying to survive. I need space, Jimin. I need time to figure things out. Take a deep breath, your heart aching with the weight of decision. I don't want to fight with you anymore. I am leaving for now, but I'll be back. This isn't forever. There is a long, heavy silence between you two. He looks away, his face hardened with anger, while you stand there, feeling like the ground has been ripped out from under you. Finally, without another word, Jimin turns and walks past you, heading upstairs, leaving you standing alone in the quiet of the morning. As Jimin turns to head upstairs, his next word hit you like a punch to gut. Fine, he mutters coldly, go wherever you want, but the kids stay here, not just Ira, the twins too. You freeze, your breath catching in your throat. Did he really just say that? For a second, you think you might have heard him wrong, but the cold determination in his voice confirms it. What? You ask, your voice trembling with disbelief. Are you serious, Jimin? Turns back to you, eyes hard and unrelenting. I am, he says, his tone clipped. This is my decision. The kids will stay here. Understood? Something inside you snaps. All the exhaustion, the frustration, and the hurt from the past few years comes rushing to the surface, and you can't hold it back anymore. They are our kids, Jimin. You shout, your voice rising in anger. I have just as much a right to take them with me as you do. Jimmy stepped forward, his expression stony. Then stay here and take care of them. If you want them with you so badly, don't go. You can't have it both ways. Your hand clenched into fist, your whole body shaking with rage. I am not asking for everything, Jimin. I am asking for a break, a chance to get my head straight. You think I don't deserve that after everything what I have done for this family? Jimin so tightens, but he doesn't back down. I am their father, and I have just as much responsibility for them as you do. If you want to go, fine, but the kids stay here with me. Your voice wavers and the anger burns even hotter. You've got to be kidding me. You don't get pull the father card now. Now, when you've barely been in prison these years, you think just because you say they stay, I'm going to agree. You don't even know how to handle them, Jimin. You have been running away from your responsibilities for years. He laughs bitterly, his eyes flashing with frustration. Oh, so now I'm the running away. You're the one who's leaving, not me. If you want to go, go, but don't think you can track the twins halfway across the world without my say.